Hello and a warm welcome to Your Health Matters with me, Susan Mwongeli. And today is Africa Day. Ooh. Yeah, this is my little way of celebrating my African heritage. Of course, Africa Day is a time as Africans we focus on our identity. It's also a time to reflect on the various challenges that we face as a people and also discuss some of the opportunities that we can take to move forward with the ultimate goal of uniting as one Africa. Well, Africa Day this year is being celebrated against the backdrop of the coronavirus pandemic, which has put a heavy strain on our healthcare system. But I think, as much as it is a challenge, we need to sit back and give ourselves a pat on the back. I think we have done well.
I commend what African countries have done already together with the African Union. Most have moved rapidly to deepen regional coordination, deploy health workers, and enforce quarantines, lockdowns, and border closures.
Remember, when this was starting out, quite a number of people were predicting a coronavirus apocalypse of sorts. By this time, people were talking about hundreds of thousands of Africans dying because of coronavirus. But yes, the numbers are rising. We're already at 100,000 plus. But nonetheless, I feel as Africans, we have done something and we need to appreciate and celebrate that. The other thing is that we need to keep this up. Of course, there are people who are still looking at Africa and saying that the reason why we don't have that many cases is because we don't have the capacity to test. We've not done that much testing. Yes, that is a challenge, but either way, we are doing well. But to be where we are, of course, it has come at a cost. It's also exposed us to a number of other challenges, and one is mental health.
The United Nations is sounding an alarm on the impact of coronavirus on mental health. The pandemic has already rendered hundreds of thousands jobless, some in need of food assistance. This daily struggle to make ends meet is a mental strain. Children too are affected.
The coronavirus, over here, it has big horns. When it enters in you, it sticks on you. This coronavirus has been very bad for me because I really miss school. I really miss my friends in school, and I really miss my teachers. And I also fear that my mom, when she goes, she might get the virus and bring it home. That's why.
People are losing jobs, people are losing incomes, people are losing businesses, people are losing friendships, missing friendships, and for like the healthcare workers, frontline workers, it has suddenly became clear that the career they have put all their energy in is very risky, and they have to do it, and their families they go to. So this disease has brought a lot of psychological issues.
Studies show that there's a correlation between unemployment, mental health, and suicide. Can you tell us a bit more about this?
Yes, quite clear unemployment or lack of income, and the fact that you cannot control your financial life causes a lot of stress and causes a lot of depression and a lot of suicidal ideation. You're seeing people who do not know where they'll get their next meal, where they'll get their next rent. That uncertainty and the fact that you cannot control it.
The pandemic gave nobody time to process or even prepare for the consequences. Journalist and mental activist Eugene Mwongeli says we are all exposed to the mental impact of the pandemic.
A while back, I was diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety. So over the years, I've learned to, cope with that. For most people out there have lost their jobs during this. Most people cannot make ends meet. It's been a real problem, and it's brought to light. This has been like a movie we all watch, we all like to see, but we don't want to be in. All right, so nobody's foresaw a complete shutdown in 2020, and this has completely turned upside down most of life.
This pandemic is also affecting our children. How can we help our children to overcome the stress that is being brought about by the situation that we find ourselves in?
So yes, children are affected just as adults. We might think because they don't worry about where to get food and income, they are not, but they are also getting affected.
And how do we help them?
We need to listen to them, let them ask questions, let us answer them, let them prepare and tell them that in life, the things you cannot change, you accept them and believe that nature will sort it out or God will sort it out.
As individuals, how can we tell that we are suffering from mental health challenges, and how do we help ourselves?
Having excessive fear, having sadness, blaming yourselves for things you're not responsible for. So when you discover that your moods, how you feel have changed, how you behave has changed, and thoughts, you used to be a hopeful person, then you start feeling like this life is hopeless, I can't tell what will happen, then that's a telltale sign that things are not okay.
According to psychiatrists, there is a peak and a valley in our nervous system when faced with trauma. Currently, what most of us are experiencing is the immediate threat, and our survival mode has been activated. This can be draining and taxing on our mental health. After the pandemic slows down, we dip into a valley, trying to make sense of what just happened and trying to figure out a way forward. We'll then need to move back to the baseline. However, for some, it's not going to be easy, especially without support.
People who may not be coping well during this period, I don't know, I don't have one big pep talk to give, because most people, it will be easy for most people to tell you stay indoors, do your civic duty, but that comes out of a place of privilege. Okay, so what I'd ask is that we hold on. Nothing is permanent, no situation is permanent. We need to hold on. For people who need to speak to somebody, do not hesitate to reach out for help. Wherever you are, don't hesitate to reach out for help.
There's a helpline for Kenyatta National Hospital. There's also a helpline for Red Cross, but also if you can get to the nearest healthcare provider, they'll be able to assess, and if they are able to treat you, they can treat you. If they are not able to treat you, they'll refer you to the nearest mental health professional.
The UN Secretary General is calling on governments to invest more in mental health, especially at this time. In Kenya, what is being done by government to ensure that everybody gets access to mental health services?
I know the Ministry of Health has strengthened the referral system and making sure that each county has a hotline where people can call and be assisted. It has been a wake-up call that Mathare Hospital cannot take care of the whole country, because like now with lockdown of Nairobi, it means you cannot come from another county to Nairobi. And I know the Ministry of Health has put systems to have every county share their contact of the mental health providers in their county, and this has been circulated together with the other information, so that people can get help as near to their homes as possible.
Well, that's it from us today. I hope that you found this informative, helpful in a way. And if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to send them in. And also remember to subscribe to this channel, and also share this far and wide so that we can be able to get to many people. And also, if you have any message, because we're celebrating Africa, if you have any message, feel free to send it through. Until next time, do take care of yourself, and long live Africa. Viva Africa. Until next time. Bye-bye.